Not yet. So I was thinking last night about my topic today, and I was so tired, just kind of burnt out, tired, and I was just like, what the hell am I going to talk about tomorrow? And I know, Amber, that's how I feel. I feel like it's all in good time. I'll get there when I'm supposed to get there, basically, right? Um, but I was thinking about how men and women, how different we are, right? And even though I have a lot of male clients, I really don't feel like I'm the best that can help masculine energy in that way, because I see things, of course, through the lens of a woman. So it's not really easy for me to understand, although I do try to be as biased as I can in every situation. And one of the things that was coming up is women, us, right? We have a lot of stipulations of what we want, right? We have this long list of shit that we will not, what we don't want. And we have this long list, even longer, like a fucking Santa Christmas list, right? Of shit that we want, right? And it's just like, are we ever as feminine energy going to maybe, I'm not going to say lower the standard, but look at our list with realistic eyes? You know what I mean? Like, are we always going to have this list that's a fucking illusion? It's a fairy tale list of what we thought Disney movies were telling us we were supposed to fucking have, right? And it's crazy because my daughter, who is, she's born in the late 90s, kind of raised in the early 2000s, or that area, where she was like, all of the shows I watched sold me a dream, like it wasn't real, like that, holding on to that unrealistic life. And I was thinking about that, like, we have this list that we carry around, and it's like, you got to be this and you got to have this, and we're just tacking on all the shit the man has to have. And a lot of times, us as women, we do feel we're the prize, right? Not saying it's wrong, because of course I'm a woman, but we do feel we're the prize. We're like, you're lucky to fucking know me, But are we lucky to know them? Like, that's the thing, is what I'm trying to get here, is like, are we lucky to know them, or is it always just, no, fuck that, you're lucky to know me, you're lucky to be in my presence? And I was kind of thinking about that, of how like men and women date, and men date a lot different from women. Women are rushing, and this is like a known fact. It's not, I'm not pulling this out of my ass. Good morning, Amber. Women are rushing to the altar. They're rushing to be the bride. They're rushing to get have their kids, especially if you are a woman who's in like your late 20s, early 30s, especially if you've gotten to that mid 30 mark and you're single with no kids, right? You got pressure from family, you got pressure from friends. Most of your friends are fucking knocked up and having babies. And so there's this huge pressure to, I got to find a man. I got to have a man. I got to have a man, right? And so, but we're still with our list. Got to have a man, got to get married, but I have a list. So it's kind of like, is this list truly helping us at the end of the day? So I want you guys to really look at your list of shit requirements, right? That your opposite needs to have when they come towards you, and ask yourself, is it realistic and can you match it? I do feel like we need to start taking our time versus rushing to the altar, because people act like they don't want to settle. Oh, I'm not settling for this. I'm not settling for that. But in reality, you are. Because if you're rushing to have your child, you're rushing to have a relationship, you're rushing to just have a ring on your finger, to be on Instagram flossing your fucking ring, what's going to happen is you're going to be in a miserable ass relationship, and it's going to be for show. It's not going to be for sustenance, love, or anything else. So I kind of feel like we kind of hinder ourselves when it comes to that, because we have all these requirements. He has to make this much money. And let me tell you, let's be real. Most women don't make half of the money they expect the man to make. Let's be honest, right? That income level is it's like, where the fuck did we pull these numbers from? Where the fuck did we pull these numbers from? Where we could make 30 grand and he got to pull in 200 grand. Like, where the fuck did that come from? Good morning, Ramon. So I think sometimes we got to sit back and go to our back to our list and say, wait a minute. One, can you match everything on this list that you're asking for this person? One of the biggest things, one of the biggest points of what I feel is that, like, women want this is I'm going to tell you one of the prime examples of what we do, right? Now we do, because again, Amber, we have this fucking list that's unreasonable, right? We have this list that's not even real. It's an illusion. So then what happens is somebody comes who doesn't even meet a third of this fucking list is the one that we go for. What the fuck is that? Okay, we'll get back to that. So, like, us women, we want a man to be sensitive. We want a man who can show his feelings. We want a man to be vulnerable. What happens the second that man shows you that side of him? Be honest. What is the first thing that goes through your mind the second that man is fucking showing you that vulnerable, crying, you know what I mean? That feminine side. What happens? I'm gonna see who's real. Who's real and understands what we do when a man goes there. Oh, there's the word. We what do we do? What do we do? Us. The main requirement, right? One of the main requirements on our list is that I need a man who's vulnerable. I need a man who's sensitive. I need a man who shows me his emotions. The second you fucking get a man who shows you his emotions, what do? You fucking judge. All of a sudden now he's a punk. Now you need to man up. Now you're talking shit to him. Now he's a bitch. And we wonder why men don't fucking open up. We wonder why men don't show us their emotions. Oh, are we shocked? Are we really, really, really shocked? My co-host made it. So I this came to me when was just kind of thinking about some things, and I was like, us, we got to do better. We have to do better. We cannot sit here and talk shit about why we can't find good partners, why we can't have someone who connects to us emotionally, when all we're going to do is turn around and talk shit about that person, demean that person for showing us a side to them that they've been told is not right. Men for their whole life have been told, man up, be stronger. Um, you know what I mean? You can't cry. Men don't cry. That's a woman thing, their whole fucking life. So we as women were horrible. I was saying that I was thinking of a topic, right? And I started thinking about how different men and women are. And then I started thinking about how we have the, women have this list, this fucking crazy list of things that we require from a man, right? He's got to make this money, even though we probably don't even make a third of that income, but he has to make this fucking high ass income, right? And then he has to, like, I don't want no baby mama drama. I don't want this. We can have 3 baby daddies and be like, I don't want no baby mama drama. I'm seeing lists and it's just like, he can't be psycho, but the woman is like, the second they're dating, you didn't pull his birth chart, you didn't
That's
fucking
because
know.
we don't want ourselves. That's what it is. We know we
So
want
that's
shit.
so that's what I'm saying. That list that we have, we better be able to match that list. Because I've seen women talk shit about dudes and they're too controlling, they're this, they're all at my ass, but be on their Facebook, on their Instagram, on their ex's Instagram, looking on the ex's shit, looking at people who heart comments on this shit. I'm like, you think you might be psycho? You think you might be crazy? I don't know, just a little bit, right?
Just a tad.
So I think we got to do better on that, you guys. We can't keep blaming the men, the opposites of us, and saying it's all them. This is where you got to turn that around and get that awareness going, because we can't sit here and keep blaming them and say it's all them.
Mm-hmm.
Because you either want that sensitive good man that's going to show you that side, or you're going to get the closed down motherfucker who's never going to show you a tear. He's going to take that shit to the fucking grave. Like, pick one. Like,
That's
pick
true.
one. Which one do you want? You know? Now, of course, we can't really do anything about cheating, but I want you guys to more look at the list, that list of shit requirements, because I think it's a bunch of bullshit. I think we need to take that out, because we will judge someone on all of the littlest shit. Could be a very, I've done this as a single woman. I have done this many dates. I have done it. I have judged, and I'm like, oh, nope, never talking to that person again. Just because they chewed a certain way, or because they fucking, because maybe they said something a certain way that I just like, nope, nope, done. And it's really like, we, us women, we know we have choices. I don't care what woman you are, I don't care your body shape, anything. We know we have choices. So unfortunately, we are very judgmental towards the man coming towards us. And we got our list. The second he ain't on that list, it's like, I don't want you. Just like, we will sit here, and I think we've had this conversation before about how that we there, you see ladies that are chasing or looking at these men that are in the gym, very fit, this, that, the third. It's like, are we being realistic, first of all, with who we think we're gonna date?
Yeah.
Are we being realistic about, not saying that you should look in the mirror and be like, oh my God, I'm ugly, I'll never have that person, because you never know who will like you. But I think sometimes we pump ourselves up on this pedestal sometimes, and we got to be like, let's come down to reality a little bit and say, all right, I know my worth, but you're not going to be everyone's preference. That's just reality. You're not going to be everybody's, oh my God, this person is I just everyone's going to run after you. And you can't get mad at the man because you're not his preference. You know what I mean? Like, women actually get pissed. I'm not saying men don't do it, because I've seen it. Men, cuss. I've been a female that's been cussed out after trying to tell a man I was not interested. You know, right, right. Now, and I'm not saying that men are better or worse. I can only speak from a woman's point of view, because I've been, I am a woman in this lifetime, and I kind of get it, but I do see where we kind of set ourselves up for failure. We set ourselves up for failure in this dating world, where we have all these stipulations and shit, and we can't even match half of the shit that's on there. You guys want a fit guy, you want him to be ballin', you want him to have great D energy. We'll just say D energy, right?
I
And
don't
him,
think a man has a list unless they have their shit together. I've never met a man who ain't shit who actually had a list.
right?
Like,
Who just was like, nah, you gotta, oh, you're not making money. I can't talk to you. No, no men ever anywhere have I seen that shit either. Now, a
yeah.
man who has his shit together, he's not dating in a way where the first woman that comes to him, he's running down the aisle.
Mm-mm. If a
It's
man
just,
has shit together and looks nice and actually has something going for himself, I think men are less likely to just go for anything.
right, right.
A
And
man
that's
who
what women,
doesn't and has to live with you and has to live on you and
you
all
got
that,
the
they're
car,
like, okay, fuck it. I just gotta deal with this shit. Like, we gonna have to do
right?
this.